Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and what do you need in a first aid kit? Find out. Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and spice up your scouting this year by doing something different. Subscribe to the channel. We've got tons of activities from games, nature, first aid, science experiments. So go on, subscribe, it's for free. You get access to all our content. There's nearly 1,000 actual videos on the channel for you to pick from, and we also want to get to 10,000 subscribers. So come on, please help me out. Personal first aid kits. What do you actually need in them? Well, hopefully this gives you an insight into some of the things that might want to go into a personal first aid kit. So when you're out and about, so whether you're on a hike or walk or whatever, these are some of the essential items that you're going to need, and the information is on the NHS website, so I kind of nabbed it off that. First things first is gloves, okay? So you want non-latex gloves. Now you might be able to cope with latex gloves, but you don't know who's going to use these. It's a possibility that the person is doing first aid on you and using your first aid kit. They might have obviously a latex allergy, so therefore getting latex free gloves means that they can use them, they can obviously help you out, and in the age of COVID and all these different things, it's an added protection for that person doing first aid, that they're not going to get any nasty illnesses or diseases or anything like that by making sure you wear your gloves. It's one thing that when I've been out and about on a scouting activity and there has been an accident, how many leaders forget to actually put these on? The first thing and the first instance is helping the child, not that we need protection. So don't forget gloves, and I would say put at least maybe 2 or 3 pairs in, just to be on the safe side, but always put them in a plastic bag. Next, you want an assortment of plasters. So you want big ones, even bigger ones, square ones, small ones, you name it. Having various different lengths and sizes means that whatever injury a person's going to get, you hopefully have the plaster for it, or if you don't, you have a plaster that's not going to fill their entire hand, because if they've got a little cut and you're giving them a massive plaster, well, it's a bit overkill really. So yeah, having a mixture of plasters from various different sizes does really help. Also, in the age of COVID, we know what these are. Antiseptic wipes, antiseptic gels. I would go with a wipe, because mainly what you're using this for isn't to make sure your hands are nice and clean, because you're using gloves, aren't you? This is to obviously disinfect any like sort of cut or anything that they've got. So using that on their hand or whatever, wherever they've got their injury, does help. So antiseptic wipes as well. Perfect. Needs to go in. Another one is a triangular bandage, or in most cases a sling. It's good to definitely have one in there if you've got space, but if you don't, we're all scouts, and use the next best thing. Another thing, safety pins. You never know what use these can actually come across. Wound dressings that you can obviously use of various different sizes, so a medium and a large one would be perfect and great to obviously put in there, because then, you know, you can easily put it over the wound. And then a crepe bandage. So once you've got the dressing on, you can bandage that up, however, which way, you know, there's various different ways and methods. I'm not going to show you, this is all about a first aid kit, but yeah, a bandage as well. Scissors. You never know when a good pair of scissors is going to be coming in handy. Now if you can't get them, or it isn't included in maybe a first aid kit that you've bought, then craft scissors. Why don't you? Simple, quite nice, spacious and small as well. So should just fit into a nice small personal first aid kit. There are other things that you can have, which are like sterile eye pads, just in case someone gets injured in an eye. Like a face shield, so if you are doing resuscitation on someone, and especially again with a worry of getting infected by that person, you can actually get a face shield where it actually has a hole where you can put it over the person's face and mouth and nose and breathe in, and therefore there's no physical contact. Adhesive tape, small, handy, pop that in as well. I found that these come in handy, especially for cubs, because cubs will definitely get something stuck like a wood or some splinter, and you can easily go in, pull it out, and Bob's your uncle. Blister pads, if you're doing a hike, blister pads sometimes really do help, depending on what you're doing. A foil blanket to keep you warm, just in case of hypothermia. Now, if you're not going out to buy a specific type of first aid kit, because they come in different shapes and sizes like this, or even like this, and if you can't afford that, then why not get yourself just a simple pencil case? As long as it fits everything that you want in there, it doesn't matter. As long as people know that that's a first aid kit, so maybe write on it that it's a first aid kit, just in case they need it and they don't even know about it. Or if you're going on an adventure with a group of scouts, then let people know, well, this is my first aid kit, I put it in here. Mint tins. When I was a scout, I remember us doing it in a mint tin, of putting all the different things that we needed in our first aid kit. Boom, Bob's your uncle. It's also good to keep a plastic bag for any soiled dressings or anything like that. So if you're in the middle of nowhere and you're getting out a plaster, well, you don't really want to throw that away, so it's kind of nice to just keep it safe and contained. With all first aid kits, you should consider what activity you're actually doing. So if you are going on hikes, well, what do you need? What are the outcomes? And that is why all of your leaders do a safety evaluation to actually know what could happen. And they list everything that could happen and what they might need, and then therefore they're prepared, because that's a motto, I'm sure, somewhere, of being prepared. So if you're going on a hike, what do you need? Right, you're going in the woods, do you need this? Also, always check and replenish every single time. So at the end of a hike, have a look what you might have used. Check for expiry dates. Most packagings do have them labelled very clearly what expiry date it is. So you can just simply go, well, that's expired, right, I need some more wipes. Also, don't forget to take a little notepad and maybe a pencil. So once you've treated the wound or the accident or the injury, write it down so then you remember most of the things that have actually happened. So then if you need to log that, whether that's with the Scout Association or with a leader or whatever, then you've at least got a little bit of a note as a little bit of a jog. So it doesn't have to be a full-on, you know, I did this, I did that, but some bullet points as to what happened, how it happened, what you did, and is the person all right? And there we are. That's a really cool, simple personal first aid kit that you can make. And yeah, there we go. Be safe. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it around. I'll see you again soon for another one of these. Bye.